Hi, in this video, we'll be talking about the accumulate function from the itertools module. The itertools module contains quite a few interesting methods that we can use to work on iterators. These functions take iterables as arguments and return iterators. If you want to learn more about iterators and iterables, I have a video about them, so feel free to give it a watch. One of the functions is accumulate. It returns series of accumulated results. We can determine how the results are to be accumulated. By default, they're accumulated as sums. This is what happens if we pass just one argument to the function, the iterable. The function returns an iterator, which means you can retrieve the elements one by one using the next function. You can also use a for loop to retrieve all the items. You can also retrieve all the elements at once by converting the iterator to a list, and this is what we're going to do in our examples. So let's have our first example. First of all, we have to import the accumulate function from the itertools module. From itertools, import accumulate. Fine. Now let's create a simple iterable like a list. Nums equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And now we can use the accumulate function. A equals list accumulate nums. What the function does is take the first element in nums, then the sum of the first and the second element, 1 plus 2 equals 3, then the sum of this and the third element, 3 plus 3 is 6, then 6 plus 4 is 10, 10 plus 5 is 15. Let's have a more practical example. Suppose you have a business and want to know your accumulated income at the end of each month throughout the whole year. You can easily do it using the accumulate function. First, let's import the accumulate function from itertools. Now, here we have a dictionary, months, with the names of the months as keys and the incomes in each month as the values. Now we can use the accumulate function like so. Accumulated equals accumulate months values. So what we are accumulating actually is the values of the income. Fine. And now we can use a for loop to print all the accumulated values of the income for each month. For month accumulated in zip months accumulated, print. Here we have an F string. Earned in, here we have a month. Now here we have the income just for the month, and here we have the accumulated income since the beginning of the year. Fine, let's run this program, and the outcome is earned in January 2000. So 2000 since the beginning of the year. Then earned in February 2,200. So it's $4,200 since the beginning of the year. Then earned in March 2,500. So the accumulated income since the beginning of the year is 6,700, and so on. As mentioned before, the default behavior is addition. This is because the optional func parameter of the accumulate function is by default set to operator add. We can also use other operators or functions as the second argument. In order to use other operators, we have to import the operator module. Let's now multiply the numbers accumulatively instead of summing them. So, from itertools, import accumulate, and also import operator. Now, nums equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now A equals list accumulate nums, but this time these numbers are not going to be summed together, they're going to be multiplied. So we need operator mul for multiplication. Now let's print out A, and here we are. 1, 2, 6, 24, 120. Well, we have 1 times 2, 2. 2 times 3, 6. 6 times 4, 24, and so on. And here's a more practical example. A company ships buttons in trucks. They put 20 buttons in a bag, 10 bags in a box, 50 boxes on a pallet, and 12 pallets in a truck. Now we can check the number of buttons in each of the containers. So this is our containers dictionary, and now we can use the accumulate function like so. Accumulated equals accumulate containers values, and we'll pass the operator mul. Fine. And now we can print all the containers and the corresponding numbers of buttons in each container. We can use a for loop like so. Now these are the keys, and we'll use the split function with an underscore as the delimiter to split these keys into separate words, and then we'll take the last word in each of them, which is the name of the container: bag, box, pallet, and truck. And then we'll print using an F string the following message: here is the accumulated number of buttons in, and here's the name of the container. So let's run this program. There are 20 buttons in a bag. Yeah, sure. There are 200 buttons in a box. 20 times 10 is 200. So here we are accumulating using multiplication. There are 10,000 buttons in a pallet. So 200 times 50 is 10,000. And there are 120,000 buttons in a truck, because this 10,000 is multiplied by 12. Okay. Now let's use the built-in max function as the second argument to the accumulated method. This time, the accumulated value will be equal to the maximum value so far. Here's an example where we want to introduce people one by one, and after introducing each person, we want to know the maximum age so far. So here we have a dictionary of people with keys being the names of these people, and here we have the values, which are the ages of these people. And now we can use the accumulate function like so. Accumulated equals accumulate people values, and the second argument is the max function. And now we can again use a for loop to loop over all the people in the dictionary to print out their names, ages, and the maximum age so far. So let's run this code. Here's Bill, aged 21. The oldest person so far is 21 years old. That's true. Next person, Joe. Here's Joe, age 24. The oldest person so far is 24 years old. Fine. Here's Steve, age 20. The oldest person so far is 24 years old. So this doesn't change because 20 is less than 24, and this is the maximum value so far. Okay, that's it for this video. If you like it, a thumbs up would be great. Also, make sure to subscribe for future videos. If you want to leave a comment or ask a question, you're welcome to do so. Thanks for watching.